Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Missouri and change and how change happens. And I'm going to try to live up to a challenge posed by one of you and just provide analysis and commentary on a topic without getting, quote, preachy, which is apparently something I do when I'm talking about this particular issue. We're going to do this because I got a message. Here's the message. Hey, Bo, look, I don't dislike your channel. I watch almost every day. You cover politics well and foreign policy better than just about anybody on YouTube. You always lose me when you start talking about trans stuff. I think you come off preachy and it undermines the good work you do. You don't use history or predict the future. You just tell people they're wrong. So I have a challenge for you. A guy was just elected homecoming queen at a high school in Missouri. Provide commentary on that without telling me I'm a bigot. Do it the way you would with any other issue. I don't know if you have a trans girlfriend or what, but you just don't cover that topic with analysis the same way. Tell me what it means for the future that a bunch of teens elected this dude and they think it's normal. I don't think you'll honestly say it's going to have a positive outcome. Challenge accepted. Okay, so a lot of times when I talk about history, I tell a story from my own life. Right before I started going to a high school, the students there, they elected a black guy and a white girl who were dating as homecoming king and queen. Now, they weren't particularly popular, but the student body did that because they were tired of hearing their parents and grandparents whisper. It was a small town. And their parents and grandparents, they just didn't like that white girl and that black guy. That wasn't any good. So the students decided to say, well, we're not going to whisper about it anymore. Here, look, it's in the paper. Leave it alone. Times have changed, move on. That was the message being sent. What does it mean that this happened in Missouri? You know what it means. You use the word elected. The student body elected a trans woman as homecoming queen. That's what happened. It doesn't take a brilliant political strategist to pull information out from that. The conservative campaign to other and kick down and marginalize trans people, it's not working. It's not working. If, as students, they will vote this way, they will vote that way when they get older. They will vote in favor of policies that say trans rights are a good thing. It's really that simple. There's no deep analysis required here. What is required is why you suddenly care. And well, it's because it's a news story. Right, but why is it a news story? Because it makes certain people angry. I won't say why, but it makes them angry. And it's manufactured. You know how I know it's manufactured? This same place had a trans homecoming queen in 2015. Those who elected this homecoming queen, some of them will be able to vote. The ones who did it in 2015, oh, they're going to be voting in the next election. These aren't people who are answering polls. These aren't people who are ranting and raving about this. They're just your average person. And they're drawing a line. we're not like our parents. This is something that we have deemed is, to use your term, normal. I don't think you're going to change that. People don't get more conservative as they get older. They fail to progress. That's why that trend appears to happen, because society moves forward. This student body, they're ready to move forward. Their voting habits will reflect that. It's really that simple. There's not much to this. I feel like you probably know what it means. You're just looking for a different answer. I mean, it is what it is. And this is pretty representative. And keep in mind, this happened in Missouri. The campaign that is being waged by the right in the United States, it's not effective. It's not working. And all it's doing is making a bunch of politicians take stances that will make them less than electable in the future. Because these kids, their opinion's not going to change. But they are going to look at the statements of current politicians the same way people look at the statements of politicians who didn't support interracial marriage. It's going to be that antiquated, and it's going to happen quick. If the Republican Party was smart, they'd probably stop picking on the friends of the future voters. But I don't think they're going to do that, because those people who drive social media engagement, it's money to provoke outrage. And that outrage, it gives politicians a false sense of how people really feel about it. That's why the Republican Party is so set on gerrymandering right now. And they're going out of their way to make sure that certain districts are protected. Because in a real vote that isn't gerrymandered, they can't win. Because they have othered and marginalized so many groups that they just don't have the support. They have to draw districts that look like modern art just to attempt to stay in power. And that's only going to work for so long. The policies have to change. The generation that's coming up, it's their future. They get to decide how it looks. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.